All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, which is to say in the Paleo Hebrew, Yahweh, the name of our Heavenly Father, meaning He is, Bahashem, meaning in the name, Yahweh Shai, meaning He is our salvation, who the world English calls Jesus, a so-called black man. Now, I just want to put this out here before this video, plays that these two individuals and probably more like them could potentially be plants, okay? Because the news that they report on, although sometimes it holds up, other times there's holes in their, prognostication, all right? What am I talking about? In this event that they're reporting on right now, they're making it seem as if it's a real, a real company, showing you that if you do a little research, there is, what's the word I'm looking for? There is draw or pushback on whether or not this is a real company, okay? They're saying it's such like satire, like when they had the viral video of the artificial womb. So you got certain plants that's been put to, prop up propaganda to get viral moments. And this could potentially be one of those, plants, one of those moments, okay? Because as you do your research, there's no concrete evidence that this is a real company, okay? It's just like a what if type scenario. But the way these people are reporting it is if it's, for certain, okay, that it's a real company, all right? And the way that they hold themselves together and not laugh to give it away, you would completely believe it if you didn't do your own research. So just be aware of these plants set up by Esau Edom, okay? They got millions upon millions of views, subscribers, and you telling me they can't do their, due diligence and see whether or not this is a real, company and report, and if not, qualify by saying so. But no, they will allow the people to go on to believe that this is what they're watching is truly real. So we're going to put that out there that, this could potentially be just for a viral moment, and the company itself, from what it seems like, doesn't exist. And we're going to get a couple of articles on that, all right? But the fact of the matter still remains the same, that Esau Edom is the wicked, fitted for destruction. And the fact that he has this lion in the back of his mind to bring forth, to the forefront in these, set up plants that he's given them millions upon millions of subscribers on YouTube, we're going to use it, dissect it, and take it from there. All right. So now with that being said, just keep in mind that this company, may not exist. And this may all just be for a viral moment. All right. Just like they have that U.S. national debt ticker back there. One of the people on the comment boards, commented that that isn't the correct number. All right. Showing you that sometimes their machines doesn't keep up with their viral moments. So you have to be very aware of these type of, plants that the industry has put to give you misinformation, okay? But they won't get strike on YouTube for, putting out misinformation, because why? They've been set up by the system itself. So we're going to take this video with a grain of salt, but we're going to dissect it through the scriptures so that we can get edified, all right? Let's let it roll.
Well, what if you could swap out your cancer-ridden body with a new body? What if you could swap out your Alzheimer's racked body with a new one? Keeping your consciousness, of course, keeping that totally intact. But yes, a totally new body, your memories are all still there. It sounds like it's straight out of a science fiction novel, of course, but it's actually happening right now.
No, it sounds like it's straight out of the mindset of Esau Edom, the mad scientist, you see? And this is where we heading at. This is why that brain mark is going to be, imperative to his enterprise, because he's going to come back through that brain mark, okay? And spoiler alert, I'm just going to put it out there. He's going to put his memory onto that brain mark and put his memory, which is his soul in essence, on that brain mark into a more healthier, vibrant, body and continue to live on. And we're going to get that precept pertaining to that. All right. So now that that's been said, let's let, the quote unquote alleged, news reporters report on this topic, this story.
It's real. I'm talking about the unveiling of the world's first head transplant system by a new startup company called BrainBridge. BrainBridge has been operating in stealth mode, keeping its
See, and this is what I'm talking about. They throw out a name, BrainBridge, and they don't even report that it may not be even a real company. So they will allow you to believe that this is a real company with real results. But when you do a little bit of research, you find out that there's, talks that this is a fake company. Okay, it's just a what ifs type of scenario to get a viral hit, a viral moment. Let's continue.
Revolutionary plans kind of under wraps until yesterday when the company's lead project manager dropped this trailer on Instagram.
Introducing BrainBridge, the world's first revolutionary concept for a head transplant machine, which uses state-of-the-art robotics and artificial intelligence to conduct complete head and face transplantation procedures, ensuring smooth outcomes and faster recoveries. Because head transplants require high speed, precision, and efficiency, BrainBridge utilizes advanced high-speed, high-precision robotic systems to speed up the process, eliminate human error, prevent brain cell degradation, and ensure seamless compatibility. The head transplant procedure involves removing a person's entire head containing the brain from their current diseased body, then attaching it to the body of a healthy, young, brain-dead donor. Head transplants could provide individuals with severe medical conditions such as terminal cancer, paralysis, spinal cord injuries, or
See, and this is what we praying for the Most High to hide us from, because the world that we know is going to feel the full brunt of this man's wrath, okay? And this is what he was hired to do. He was hired to be fitted for destruction, okay? So that's why we tell you, if it wasn't for the elect's sake, no flesh would be saved. But for the elect's sake, his days will be shortened, because there's no chill mode on this man, okay? Speaking of Esau, Edom, the wicked, all right? This is where he comes up in his labs and cooks and bring forth to the light when he thinks he have accomplished that what he seeketh out of, okay? So this is Psalm 64 and verse 2. It reads, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, which is the elite, but it's Esau, Edom, the so-called white man speaking in general. But the elite, they have the ability to pull something off like this. It says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. And this is all they do. They think about, working iniquity, all right? Trying to revive the dead, all right? They want to not let your soul be, they want to not let your soul be at rest, but to transfer it from that mark into another body that is more healthier and more vibrant, that can continue to live on for another 10, for another 100, or however long, before they swap it out for a new body, all right? So that's what we're going to talk about also as this video go on, okay? Their inward thoughts, all right? So let's continue to let it play.
Degenerative diseases, the opportunity to have a fully functional body while preserving their consciousness, memories, and cognitive abilities. The neurons are the longest lasting.
And how are you going to do that? By the way of that brain mark. You're going to be able to continue your thoughts, okay? You're going to be able to continue everything that you had in your old body into your new body by the way of that mark, because they're going to download all your thoughts, your memories, everything that you had, okay? So in essence, you're going to have a new body, but your soul is going to be the same, because it's going to be programmed and downloadable on that mark, all right?
Functional cells in the human body. And according to our estimates, the brain is capable of lasting several hundred years, provided that the rest of the body remains young.
See that? The brain, and this is according to Esau, Edom, the brain is capable of surviving several hundred years. So this is Esau's attempt at his new covenant, okay? to transfer the brain, the mark, into a new body to continue for several hundreds of years. All right, and that's just his thoughts. And like I said, we're going to get that in that precept. So let's let it play a little bit more.
Bridge concept involves the use of the integrated robotics platform comprised of the 2 autonomous surgical robots, designed to perform simultaneous surgeries on 2 bodies side by side within a single setup. The complete robotization of the process allows for the surgery to be performed in an environment with varying temperature and pressure. The procedure begins by preparing the donor and recipient bodies.
Yeah, this one.
Pressure. The procedure begins by preparing the donor and recipient bodies.
Yeah.
Get the heck out of here.
So I love someone in the chat says, BrainBridge's stock ticker is BS. I mean, this is, yeah, okay. So we're talking about moving a patient's head onto a new healthy brain, onto a new healthy brain dead donor body, basically. So let's break this, what this means.
RoboCop. Something.
Yeah, I see RoboCop too. BrainBridge says their technology is designed to offer hope to patients suffering from conditions that are currently untreatable, such as stage 4 cancer, paralysis, again, neurodegenerative.
Yeah, man, you can't even get out your mouth straight, man. You're not even reporting that this is a potential hoax moment, a viral moment, just to get clicks and views. You reporting it as if it's something that's actually, factual. All right. That's why I say, man, these two could be plants. They could not even, they probably not even married, but they giving the facade that they are a married couple on this, syndicate YouTube channel. All right. So be careful about these plants that's set up by, the wicked elite to give you and misfeed you misinformation on purpose.
Neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and they say, of course, these are devastating diagnoses that have no options right now for these patients. But BrainBridge aims to change all that by preserving a patient's consciousness, memories, cognitive abilities, while giving them an entirely new body. So how do they exactly plan to do this? I mean, they're going to use this like high-tech robotic system with real-time molecular level imaging. They say they're about 8 years away from pulling this off right now. Hashim Al-Ghali, the project lead.
And we know Esau, he ain't got no 8 years that he can pull this off, man. He's looking to pull this off like ASAP, soon, all right? Because his days are shortened, all right? And also it says, he has but a short time. So he's getting ready to come down with great wrath. So he don't got no 8 years, man. He's throwing that out as the misdirect you and to, keep you in that, perpetual state of, sleep. Okay. So he ain't got no 8 years, man.
That BrainBridge said he is that every step of this concept is based on scientific research, extensive scientific research, and the reason they're coming out of stealth mode now is because they want to attract top talent in science and engineering to be a part of this. And they say they're about 8 years away from their first patient being ready to get his or her head swapped out.
You go first.
I mean, you think about Neuralink, right? That's now, Elon Musk tweeted the other day, they're now soliciting for their second patient right now. They have their first one that was successful. Yeah. Like now this is, people are saying this is Frankenstein. And people are wondering if cryogenics has worked. Actually, that's a great question. Aren't there still like a number of famous individuals cryogenically being held for just such an occasion like this? Like, isn't Ted Williams or something like that? I know there's like a couple of rumors about Walt Disney that are cryogenically being held.
I do believe that the consensus is that was all just like hopes and dreams, and there's really no recovering those brains.
Another one says infertile.
No, they been had this brain mark. All right. Why would you actually think that these people on ice, as they put it, cryogenics? Because this brain mark has been in the works for the longest, man. These wealthy elites, they know that, okay? And they put their body on ice for just such an occasion, okay? Showing you that they've been planning this for decades, for potential, possibly centuries, all right? Ever since John seen it, all right? Ever since John the Revelator seen this almost 2,000 years ago, these people have been preparing preparing for this very precise moment, okay? So they all knew that this moment would come to pass, and here we are. Sure enough, we are at the brinks, at the doorstep of this moment coming to pass. So Walt, Ted Williams, they all knew this day would come, and that's why they wanted to keep their body on ice, which is cryogenic, so that they can be revived and put into a more, healthier, younger body, but have their mind, their soul, their brain transferred through the process of their mark into a more vibrant, healthier body, okay? We don't know if they're going to come and still, they may want to upgrade and get a so-called black body, all right? Who knows? They may be into some weird, fetish type of stuff and want to put their conscience, their mark into their memory, because it's artificially propped up into a animal body, all right? Who knows what these mad scientists want to do, man? That's why we tell you, hey, this man was only designed, tailor-made for destruction, all right? And this is 2 Thessalonians. Let's read that. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 4. It reads, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called the Most High. Right. It would take a deranged individual to believe that he can outdo what the Most High has put forth. It tells you in Job the 14th chapter. Let's read that. Because this man is trying to outdo what the Most High has already put forth. So this is Job 14, and I believe it's 5. It says, well, let's jump up one to verse 4. It says, who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? That's a question, but in the sense of a rhetorical question. It says not one. Okay, you can't bring something clean from out of something unclean. And Esau is an unclean vessel, okay? He's fitted for destruction, and you seeing it. All right, so you can't bring something clean out of something unclean. Verse 5, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee, thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. And he's trying to pass those bounds by jumping from one body to another while keeping his, artificial propped up memory conscious intact. Okay, this shows you this man is complete mad, man. So here we are, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 4. Now that you got the context, let's read it. 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 4. Who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called the Most High. Right, he wants to continue to live and to continue to, bring forth his madness. It says, or that is worship, and he wants to be worshiped as a god, okay? And this is going to be his crown and jewel, his enterprise, but we know the Most High is going to spoil his attempts, okay? That's pursuant to the book of Job, if I'm not mistaken, the 5th chapter. You know what, let's just jump over there and get it, because we did a lesson on this over the, weekend, that this man is fitted for destruction. So this still should be fresh on the mind. This is Job 5 and verse 12. It says he disappointed the devices of the crafty. Right. And that's speaking of Esau Edom. Okay. Because he's subtle. He's crafty. And the Most High is going to disappoint his devices. So his device, which is his mark, isn't going to really be able to be fully, go full blown. Because why? The Most High is going to shorten his days, man. So he's only going to get but so far with this mark. And then the Most High is going to come in and spoil the rest of his, his enterprise. It says he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Right. And that's why he set bounds so they can't get as far as they would like to. Because if they did, there would no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, there shall be. Okay, so he's going to shorten the days for the elect's sake. All right. So now jumping back over to 2 Thessalonians and reading off the the rest of verse 4, it says, or that is worship, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing to himself that he is the Most High. And that's his mindset, okay? His mindset is that he's going to continue to be worshiped and sit in the temple of the Most High and have everyone, under his complete control, all right? And that he's going to go on for, centuries from one body to the next, all right? So let's let it play a little bit more.
Turtle, I like this, says, you guys, they've probably been doing this successfully underground or they wouldn't announce it. Other people saying it's really, really creepy. There's all sorts of ethical and philosophical questions here that need to be addressed, right? The concept of head transplants, of course, challenges the very notion of like what it means to be human, right? So what is your identity, right? Your soul, your consciousness, the essence of what a person is. What happens when you wake up? And yes, they're using CGI here. Like they're not showing actual human beings. This is like a rendering. This is a concept film that they're showing off here.
Yeah.
From this company. But, so what happens when you wake up in a completely different body?
Right.
Right?
Okay, so he sort of alluded to it's a concept film, but he still would have you to believe that it's real and the fact that, they actually doing this. Instead of qualifying it by saying, it's a potential viral hoax type of scenario. But he did say it's a concept, so, I stand corrected, all right? But still, you have to be aware of these type of individuals, all right?
You're in a completely
And you're
different
like,
body.
oh, I have ugly toes now. I don't like these toes.
Are
but
you still
okay.
you? Like your consciousness is there, but you wake up an entirely different body. Is it still you?
And you think of like muscle memory, are you going to know how to, I don't know, the things that you know how to do, like chop tomatoes or whatever?
Right.
Of course. All your thoughts and conscious is going to be on that mark, okay? Everything about you is going to be on that mark, all right? So you're going to be able to do everything still, okay? That's the selling point. You're just going to be in a more upgraded version of yourself in a newer body, okay?
Like, will you suddenly know how to knit?
Right.
Right. Yeah, will you now be able to, is it like the Matrix where you've had all of these, or we know that actually from people who've received different organs and organ transplants, that they have.
Yeah, and I may do a video on that or a lesson on that as well, because I had that, on deck, but we're going to let this right here play out, finish off.
Suddenly had an affinity for playing cello music. We know that that's actually a documented case. You can actually study that, where people who've had different organs transplanted into their bodies, heart transplants, etc., they've actually suddenly had awareness or an affinity for certain things that they never had before, and it was because of the organ has a memory. So like, what does it mean? What about hubris too? Like you're playing God in this situation too, with human bodies and consciousness.
Right. Also.
And that's what we just read in 2 Thessalonians, okay? He opposes himself that is called the Most High. And he's sitting in the temple calling himself the Most High. We just read it in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 4.
What?
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, I was just gonna say, like your genetics, your chromosomes are different from one part of your body to the other.
Yeah.
Like you'd literally have different genes in your head than you would in the rest of your body. Like, how would your body really deal with that? That's
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're processing all of this. Go ahead, you were going to say.
I think spiritually this bothers me because my belief is that we come here with a purpose to experience something and overcome triumphs and try and learn in our lifetime.
Man, your purpose is pretty much set and it's simple, okay? Either you are a vessel fitted for destruction or you a vessel that is going to receive glory, all right? If you are a so-called, Black, Latino, and Native American, your purpose is to repent, okay, while you still have time, all right? And if you are another nation, particularly if you are an Edomite, then you're going to get destroyed, okay? Primarily speaking of Babylon, but some Edomites across the earth going to get destroyed as well. And the ones that don't get destroyed, they going into slavery, all right? So that's your purpose. Don't try to make nothing more out of it, all right?
And have an experience. And I think that this is sort of cheating the human experience in a way, is saying like, I'm going to give myself an extra lifespan or something. Like, That's the thing that really bothers me a lot.
A lot of doctors online are praising this. Dr. George, who has a pretty large following on X, says, the first head transplant system uses robotics and AI for head and face transplants. Science is amazing. I guess at the end of the day, right, if you're a doctor and this is what you're doing, you're trying to treat stage 4 cancer and you can't do it, and you've reached the end of, now we can take a donor body and just swap out your head on this donor body.
But what are the ethics of that? Is just saying that person, let's just give up on them, right? And we see how in Canada now, how easily now they give
Right.
up on someone's lifespan. And so would someone who maybe had a possibility of regaining consciousness, like who makes that call? Is
Like,
that
is there going to be
person's
like a
done.
made, like in Canada, like a made to bridge, like brain bridge pipeline? Like
Right.
just go right from the MAID program into the brain bridge program?
Yeah, that's terrifying, right?
Oh my God.
You're depressed, but here you go. Also, just the idea of like my head on somebody, the way you intimately know yourself seems a little bit strange. You're like, oh, what
Yeah.
is this? So,
Well, it's like Bill Murray said. He's like, if I had breasts, I'd never leave the house.
oh, okay. Yeah, you put on the wrong body. You're proud of yourself for
I
that
know.
one.
It's Bill Murray's joke. I'm giving credit where credit is due, but it's super creepy. I don't know. I just find it so stunning. And they're like, yeah, we're 8 years away from this.
Yeah, it's creepy right now, but it's gonna be the norm in the future to come. Okay, you're gonna see a lot of stuff that's gonna be creeping you out, man. That you think that's creepy right now. So seeing somebody have a different head with a different body, it's gonna be the norm, man. That's where this man wants to take it. All right.
Because we're basically, and what's amazing is they're taking the human being out of the surgery process. It's fully AI, fully robotics.
Well, that probably is going to happen anyway.
As I was researching the story, I thought, my gosh, think about surgeons who, like, how long until surgeons are removed
outsourced.
from the process, and or they're sort of just overseeing it, but they're really not involved in the robotic process anymore. Like, how close are we to that? To go from like the Model T factory assembly from 100 years ago all the way up to this now, we're changing heads.
Yeah.
Our pets.
We're very close, and you may not necessarily need to change head, but you just have to change your mark. Okay, you could put it into another person. All right, or you may have to swap out heads. Okay, but the fact is you're going to be under that mark to have this pulled off. Okay, and now they are alluding to what about the surgeon? All right, and it tells us in Isaiah the 19th chapter, the 15th verse, it says, neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. And once this AI is fully, implemented, they ain't gonna need no surgeons, man. They're gonna have these robots, these artificial intelligent, machines that can pull off precise, surgeries, okay? From the lowest, the fry cooker, to the highest, your surgeon, even what you would perceive as your so-called president, is not going to be needed once this beast system is fully up and running. Okay, that's what the people fail to realize right now. All right, but they're gonna get it sooner or later. All right, sooner rather than later, because all hell is getting ready to break loose, man. So let's let it play, and then let's go ahead and wrap it up.
Heads are falling off. It's crazy. Let us know your thoughts on this in the comments below. The transhumanism continues. I'm sure Rachel Levine would love to do something with this. We'll see about that. I really hope you enjoyed watching.
All right, this is one article. It says on the, validity on whether or not the video is real. It says that viral video showing a head transplant is fake, but it might be real someday. And that's what we're telling you, okay? These are the thoughts of the wicked elite, that they are going to bring this forth, okay? But that video itself, is not a real video necessarily, but the idea is behind it is real, okay? So it goes on to read, a animated video posted this week has a voiceover that sounds like a late night TV ad, but the pitch is straight out of the far future. And it's not far, man. It's here, okay? They've been had this technology. They've just been waiting for the precise moment, and we in that moment, okay? Because the love of many shall wax cold, iniquity shall abound. So now, with everything under the sun being, able to be more accepted, this is going to fit right in. It says, but the pitch is straight out of the far future. The arms of an octopus-like robotic surgeon swirl. Yeah, they will poke and make fun of this back in the days, with cartoons and, all type of movies showing you villains using these type of technology. But now we here under the true villain, Esau Edom. It says, swiftly removing the head of a dying man and placing it onto a young, healthy body. All right. And that's what Esau Edom is expecting. Okay. These upper to do rich elites, they have passed away, but they think they're going to come back and put their body, their soul into a new body. Okay. Now, their spirit is going to be preserved for a new body that the Most High is going to, preserve for them to come back and get this punishment, this work, man. See, they trying to offset prophecy, man. And that's why we call them the wicked, all right? It says, this is Brain Bridge. The animated video claims the world's first revolutionary concept for a head transplant machine, which uses state-of-the-art robotics and artificial intelligence to conduct complete head and face transplantation. Right. And, this is all it is. This is a concept video. It's not real, It's not actually happening, but this is their thoughts, their inward thoughts. All right, we're going to get that precept. So let's see if we can go back and see anything else. I thought it was another article showing you that it is a fake video, a fake company, but I can't seem to find that. Let me see something. It says, we can report that Brain Bridge is not a real company, okay? But the fact that, those pundits, those news reporters, those alleged married couple on that, YouTube channel allow you to believe that Brain Bridge is a real company by not qualifying, by telling you that it's not, goes to show you, more of their character. So it says, we can report that Brain Bridge is not a real company. It's not incorporated, it's not incorporated anywhere. The video was made by Hashim Al-Ghali, a Yemen science communicator and film director who in 2022 made a viral video called Ectolife about artificial wombs. Okay, and this is on that same page, but it's showing you that this is the mindset of Esau Edom. Artificial wombs, head transplants, this all goes into his madness. It says that also left journalists scrambling to determine if it was real or not. Right, and that was a viral video as well, those artificial wombs. But you can't put that past Esau Edom because he's likely to do something like that. So is Brain Bridge real? It is not a real company, okay? It's not incorporated anywhere. So this is just showing you, man, that you got to be careful on, some of the information that these, plants are propped up to give you, okay? Because they'll have you run with it just to make you look bad in the long run. So you got to do your research, your due diligence, all right? So let's get a precept, or let's get the precept, and let's go into it. All right, this is the book of Psalm, chapter 49 and verse 11. It says, their inward thoughts is that their houses shall continue forever. Now, the key word is houses. Let's go into that word in the Hebrew and let's look it up.
Strong's H 1004. Bayeth. Bayeth.
They're bayeth, okay? And outline of biblical usage, A, dwelling habitation. So where is your, your conscience, your soul dwells? It dwells in the body, the house. Okay, it says C, human bodies. So the inward thoughts is that their houses should go on forever. Okay, they think that they're going to continue to live forever. All right, and this is showing you that they're a complete mad. All right, they think they're going to swap out body for body. Okay, they're going to take their mind, their memory, their conscience, and transplant it into a new body and live forever. Okay, this is the mindset, man. So it says human bodies of a bowl of light and darkness, and there's no light in them. Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean thing? Not one. You can't. Okay, they're just complete dark. Okay, they're the essence of darkness. It says home, house as containing a family, household, family. So you get the point. Okay, the point is really human bodies. So let's go back and read that. It says their inward thought is that their houses, their human bodies, shall continue forever in their dwelling places to all generations. So they think they're going to continue to live forever. That's why they put their bodies on ice, okay? So that they can be revived at a later time, all right? Either in that same body or in a new body with that same conscience, okay? That's their inward thoughts, okay? It says their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever in their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names, right? And when they conquer, they take that land and they call it by their name, okay? America is a good example, all right? This place wasn't called America before, they came over and, colonized and took it from the natives, okay? They gave the Native American that name, Native American, all right? Showing you that we are truly the children of the Most High, because it says we will be a byword and a proverb, okay? So they came over, conquered, took the land, took the people, gave them that name, and it's been sticking ever since, all right? So, just wanted to bring that out. Found that video very interesting, okay? And I reported on a video similar to that a while back called Esau Wants to Transfer Heads from One Body to Another, okay? Reporting on a similar incident. And now here we go. They bringing it back up again, showing you that this is not far-fetched, man. It's not far in the future, all right? They using their plants to get you familiar with it, because why? Iniquity is already inbound. So it ain't going to be, far-fetched to believe you're going to see somebody walking around here with another body if they so choose to. Okay, because the iniquity is already at an all-time high. That's why this place is getting ready to be judged, okay? Matter of fact, let's get that before we close out. Matthew 24 and verse 12. It says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So it ain't going to be nothing for somebody to see somebody walking around here with if they so choose, with a different body. They may have a so-called white head with a so-called black body, all right? Because they want to feel what it feels like. They want to check out the tool down there, okay? You can't put nothing past this man, all right? And in those days, it's going to be a norm, all right? You may see, like I said in my video, Esau wants to transfer one head to another. You may be on the bus or some type of, Uber or what have you, whatever means of transportation will be in those days. And the driver may be, driving with a cat's head, okay? Or a lion's head, or however, man, that could fit on that body, all right? Long as that memory is in conscious. Because, see, the people are going to believe that that's their conscious, that's their memory. But in actuality, it's going to be Esau playing himself as the Most High. He's going to be controlling everything, okay? He may allow you some type of, resemblance or memory of what you had in your former or your prior, incarnation. But overall, that's all an illusion, man. That's not you, okay? That's him giving you what he wants you to give, okay? So, be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove, okay? measuring the times. So you have to be able to understand that we are indeed in those very last days that is written up in the Bible. All right. So yeah, hey, buckle up, get ready, man. All right. And we know, of course, the prophecy that is written of Revelation, the 13th chapter, the 16th verse, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. So he's going to make it mandated. He's going to make it mandatory, okay? So you're going to have the right to get it, okay? It's going to be part of your rights, okay? If you want that mark in your forehead, it's going to be your right to, under his authority, to receive that mark, and there's no one that can deny you, okay? If you want to have a cat's head on your body, or a dog head on your body, or if you want to walk around with another race as your body, but keep your face, your head, and transfer your memory over to that body, then you can. And it's going to be all acceptable in those days, because why? We read that, St. Matthew 24:12. Iniquity shall abound, because the love of many shall wax cold. It's going to be a norm, all right? So it seems far-fetched right now, but in those days, it's going to be a norm. All right, so let's close out with 1 Peter 5 and verse 8. It reads, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. And he's showing you that he truly is indeed that devouring lion that's coming with great wrath, because he knows he has but a short time. So he's getting ready to come with it. All right, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And if you ain't sober and vigilant, hey, when he cut the lights off, it's going to be easy work for him. Okay, he's going to allow people to, live out their wildest and, most craziest, fantasies, dreams. It's going to be a reality in this world. Okay, so that's why it says, if it wasn't for, the elect, no flesh might be saved, but for the elect's sake, the Most High is going to shorten those days. All right, because you see the thoughts, man. And this is just what he's allowing these plants to report on. Okay, imagine what he's keeping, to himself, and to that moment, and to that day arises. Okay, so continue to be vigilant and be sober and look out, man, because this man, he's getting ready to come down with great wrath. All right, so with that being said, I pray someone was edified through this lesson, and until the next time, if it be the Lord's will, stay strong, stay in the faith. We almost home. Shalom. Peace.